Hi, this is Steve from NintendoFuse.com, and what I have here is the Universal Game Selector from Memorex. And essentially what it allows you to do is plug 3 full DS, DSi, or 3DS games in the back, and then switch the games as you do with the little switch here. And this allows you to take 3 games with you on the go without actually having to flip-flop cartridges and possibly lose them in the long run. Now here's how the device works. You have your games, and you're basically just going to slide it right in to the game selector. And you'll hear it check right in. Now after you have your games in your game selector, you're going to slide it right into your DS just as you normally would a game. You'll see that the game that is selected at the time is going to pop up for you. They have Geometry Wars in there. Now to change the game, you just flip it over and slide it to a different game. For instance, I'm going to pick Animal Crossing. And I turn around and that's what's on. It works well with the 3DS as well. Now I have Super Mario 64 DS in there. I'm going to switch at the back. It's going to take a second to find the game, and there's Geometry Wars. You also see that it does work with 3DS games. And you'll see I have Super Mario 3D Land in there. I make the change on the back, and now I have the hidden. I make the changes to the third game, and I have Bit Trip Saga. One thing I do want to mention right off the bat is that it is kind of tough to get your game in and out, and it takes a little bit. And you do hear that kind of scratching sound. I'm not sure it messes up the game at all, but you know, it doesn't seem like it would be very good for the cartridge to be scratched and everything over and over. Something else I did notice is that sometimes, depending on how you're holding your DS, it is really easy to push some pressure on it, and it does pop out of its slot because it is spring-loaded like the games are. And so if you're in the middle of a game, you might not want to slide your finger off of that L and R button and on accident push that device down and end up unplugging your game. The device itself is pretty slim. It's not really going to add too much to the thickness of your DSi, 3DS, or Nintendo DS Lite. Now, would we recommend this device? Actually, yes, we would. It allows you to take games with you on the go. I know one of the big things that I really like about the DSiWare and the 3DS eShop is it allows you to download games and take them with you without actually having to deal with cartridges. And this allows you to take 3 full games with you on the go and not have to deal with cartridges that you might lose. It does scratch the games just a little bit, but over prolonged use, we haven't yet found that it really causes any significant damage to the game. It is a little tough to get the games in and out, but that could be a good thing, so you're not going to be losing them falling out of the device. So, for Nintendo Fuse, we would recommend the Memorex Universal Game Selector for the Nintendo DS, DSi, and 3DS.